Replace me with Kobe with Shaq. I don't win a championship. You don't think I could carry the Lakers to a championship? Like, I've never had the opportunity.
Because in 15 or 20 years, I don't want to be sitting somewhere talking about what I could have done.
You're already ahead of the game.
This shit bothers the shit out of me.
That's it.
Like,
You have
Kobe was
mentality.
better than TMAC because he wanted to be better than TMAC.
Calling the Black Mamba, I mean, man, deadly. He was just, to me, one of the greatest ball players I've ever seen to play basketball.
His quickness and agility and ability to get his jump shot off from anywhere, you had to respect that. He was an issue for the defense.
TMAC just made the biggest mistake of his whole post-retirement life. The former NBA star decided to take a shot at Kobe Bryant's legacy, and the entire basketball world instantly turned on him. This wasn't a bad opinion. This was straight career damage. The response came fast and brutal. Former players jumped out from everywhere to defend the Black Mamba, and what they said about McGrady was straight up harsh. This is the full breakdown of how TMAC got publicly embarrassed for disrespecting a legend. Tracy McGrady, chilling in retirement, decided it was the perfect moment to throw shade at Kobe's legacy. Having an opinion is normal, sure, but there's a big difference between sharing a thought and trying to tear down greatness.
I felt like if I was put in that position to win a championship, I damn sure would show up and do what I do in the playoffs to elevate my team to that level. I just never had the chance. So do I get diminished because I never won a championship?
Right.
Yeah, that's what, is it my fault?
That's what they said.
The second those words came out of T-Mac's mouth, the whole basketball world lost its mind. This wasn't a casual take. This was a direct hit on one of the most respected figures in NBA history. McGrady really had the nerve to question a man who gave 20 years of his life to the purple and gold. And then the drama gets even bigger. After the backlash hit harder than a Shaq dunk, McGrady tried to explain himself. And that explanation made everything 10 times worse.
For me, we have too many talented players that come through this league that are championship worthy. What I mean by that, if you take them off a team that is a championship quality team, replace me with Kobe with Shaq. I don't win a championship. You don't think I could carry the Lakers to a championship? Like, I've never had the opportunity.
The response hit instantly, and it was straight devastating. Former players, active stars, analysts, everybody rushed in to defend the Black Mamba with real heat. One former player completely shredded McGrady's argument, and honestly, he earned every bit of that smoke. McGrady keeps acting like Kobe Bryant was just a good player, when the truth is, Kobe was basketball itself. He lived everything that makes the sport powerful.
Everybody know Kobe's my man. And to go back to those comments, I never should have said replace. I don't want to say I'm replacing Kobe. Kobe's my brother, bro. There's no way in hell I will ever disrespect my brother like that. Yes, it came out as me replacing. I never said I was better than Kobe. Kobe and Shaq is winning 3 championships. At this time, I think by the second or third championship, Kobe's probably the best player in the game. When you look at Kobe and you look at MJ and these guys that are on that tier, it's an obsession that they have with the game of basketball. I will stand on playing with Shaq though. Yeah, I believe if I'm playing with that big guy, I can win a championship.
The hunger, the fire, the nonstop grind toward perfection. And let's be real for a second. Where was Tracy McGrady when Kobe was dragging teams to the finals? Where was T-Mac when Kobe dropped 81 on live TV? He was at home watching just like everyone else because his squads couldn't even get out of the first round. Here's the reality check. McGrady keeps dodging. Kobe Bryant entered the NBA straight from high school in 1996. An 18-year-old kid from Philly who had the courage to think he could compete with full-grown pros who'd been playing for years. And he didn't just compete, he dominated with confidence and skill that didn't make sense for his age. But this is what separates true legends from regular stars. Kobe's path wasn't smooth at all. He had setbacks, tough seasons, and moments that would have crushed weaker players.
T-Mac is a building that had 100 floors. He went up to 75. Kobe was a building that had 90 floors, and he went up to 90. So I don't like this type of shit. He
I don't
wanted
either.
to be better than T-Mac. He had to be better than T-Mac. He was willing to give his body, his reputation, all of that to be better than T-Mac. So much of greatness, when we talk about it, is in what people are willing to sacrifice and dedicate to it.
Right.
Remember the early 2000s when people swore he couldn't win without Shaq? That's when Kobe's real identity exploded onto the scene. Instead of blaming others, instead of complaining, instead of taking shots at other players' legacies like some people, he put his head down and worked like a machine. He locked back in and rebuilt his whole game from the ground up. Kobe became a stronger leader, a sharper player, and he shut down every single critic who ever doubted him. 5 rings, an 81-point explosion that still shakes fans today, an MVP, 2 finals MVPs, 18 all-star selections, and even all those numbers still can't explain what made him different.
T-Mac had some good teams. Not really in Orlando, but in Houston, we're talking about
Yeah, for sure.
Meta, Yao, when Yao was on the court, Shane Battier. There were guys there with him. And he just didn't do what Kobe did to get to where Kobe was.
It was the Mamba mentality, the way he attacked every game like it was life or death, with zero fear and total focus. And those 5 championships completely crushed McGrady's argument. Kobe didn't luck into anything. He earned it with sweat, work, and a level of dedication most players can't even imagine. During the three-peat with Shaq from 2000 to 2002, critics kept claiming Kobe was riding along. Really? Then why did Shaq himself say those titles were impossible without Kobe? That alone destroys the whole narrative.
All right. This year will be, when June rolls around, 20 years since you won your first title. What immediately comes to your mind? Crazy, right?
People don't know that. It was tough.
What was that breakthrough when it was okay?
I understand how to connect the team more. I didn't have to with Shaq, because Shaq was the guy that connected everybody, and still drove a hard bargain, but he was the jovial one and connected everybody.
Then Shaq left, and everyone said Kobe wouldn't win as the main guy. Media, fans, even former players were doubting. And what did Kobe do? He went out and won 2 more titles in 2009 and 2010, shutting down every voice that questioned him. Those back-to-back titles weren't just wins. They were the loudest answers possible to people saying he couldn't carry a team. The gap between Kobe's mentality and McGrady's mentality is the gap between a champion and someone who keeps making excuses. And this whole controversy isn't just about stats or trophies. It's about 2 completely different mindsets. Kobe faced pressure and turned it into rocket fuel. Look at the 2008 finals loss to Boston. Most players would have folded after that, but not Kobe. He came back hungrier than ever and took the next 2 championships with pure force. Adversity builds legends, but McGrady keeps choosing to throw shade at other people's achievements instead of building his own.
The idea is a very simple one, and the Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day you're trying to become better. And it's a constant quest. It's an infinite quest. I mean, the passion came from the love for the game. I loved everything about it, like the smell of the ball.
You love the smell of the ball?
Yes, the ball. The smell of like brand new sneakers, like the sound the ball makes when it hits the ground.
Sneakers in the gym.
Yeah, the ball going through the net, like all those things I love. And so the passion comes from that, because once you have that love, you just want to be a part of this thing all the time.
T-Mac had talent, serious talent, but talent without rings, without that killer mindset, without the will to push through everything is just wasted potential. What makes this whole situation wild is that Kobe Bryant spent his entire career lifting the game higher, inspiring players everywhere, and showing what real dedication looks like. Meanwhile, McGrady is sitting in retirement trying to tear down that same legacy. It's honestly embarrassing. So let's bring out the cold facts, because numbers don't have bias, they don't push agendas, and they never lie. Tracy McGrady's career averages 19.6 points, 5.6 rebounds, 4.4 assists. Good numbers, no doubt. Kobe Bryant's averages 25 points, 5.2 rebounds, 4.7 assists. Better across the board, and it's not even close. But here's where it gets straight brutal for McGrady's argument.
We lost in the finals to the Celtics in 2008. That was a turning point. Because when I sat there in the hotel room afterwards, I started thinking about that, because it's on me. If I didn't feel like my teammates were aggressive enough, that falls on me. And I had to understand what their journey was. How are they feeling as people? What are they going through? And when you do that, you have that empathy. It also helps you to be a better leader.
Playoff success. Kobe played 220 playoff games and won 5 championships. McGrady played 47 playoff games and didn't get past the first round until he joined established stars later on as a role player. And that alone destroys the narrative. But even those numbers don't capture the full picture. Greatness isn't just about stats. It's about impact, clutch moments, and stepping up when the lights burn brightest. Just think about Kobe's performance in Game 6 of the 2010 Finals. 15 rebounds as a guard in an elimination game. That's not just basketball skill. That's pure championship DNA flowing in real time. And that's a shot Tracy McGrady is going to have to face and actually own. Because now we're at the real core of this whole debate. What truly defines a legacy? Is it flashy stats? Is it peak highlights? Or is it the ability to win when everything is on the line?
No, you're not just saying you switching out with Kobe and you're going to be what Kobe was. That's not, I don't agree with that. Nothing away from T-Mac, but great player. Oh, you not Kobe.
To lift your game and your teammates when the pressure is suffocating. McGrady had flashes of brilliance, no doubt. His scoring talent was unreal at times, but flashes don't create legends. Consistency does, heart does, and championships do. And McGrady's comments completely ignore the truth behind Kobe's greatness.
Yeah. And that mentality too.
I might have to disagree.
I don't know though. You know what my difference mine is though, big fella, is the mentality.
Kobe wasn't handed anything on a silver platter. He earned every trophy, every accolade, every bit of respect through relentless work.
Just what he did for the culture of basketball for so many years, and not only that, but for the world. It's a sad day. I guess in my heart, Kobe would want us to beat the Celtics. So
he's obviously one of the hardest workers the game's ever seen, one of the greatest players the game's ever seen, and he's also a great father. I really don't know what to say.
The 4 a.m. gym sessions, the endless film study, the way he pushed teammates to be better, even if it led to heated moments. That wasn't arrogance. That was the mindset of a real champion. That was someone who refused to settle, someone who knew good enough is the enemy of greatness. Meanwhile, what's McGrady's lasting impact on the game? What moment can anyone point to where he lifted his entire team or pushed the sport forward? The silence is loud because there's nothing there. The basketball world made it crystal clear. McGrady crossed the line with these comments. And it's not just about defending Kobe. It's about defending everything he gave to the sport. And you can hear that passion in every reaction. These aren't people protecting a friend or an old rival. This is about protecting a legacy that meant something real to basketball.
I don't think Tracy McGrady during that run, I don't think he was...
In 2002?
I don't think he was as good as Bryant.
These people aren't just defending Kobe. They're defending a standard, a whole idea of excellence he lived every single day of his career. And the wildest part of this whole controversy is how players from every era, every team, every background jumped in to back him up. Why? Because real greatness recognizes real greatness. Anyone who truly understands basketball knows exactly what Kobe meant to the game. Even players who battled Kobe, fought him in the finals, and sometimes hated seeing him on the other side of the court still respect what he accomplished.
You know, guys out here talking crazy about Bean right now.
Yeah,
you know, like all of a sudden, you know, it's what they could have done.
I don't like the injury around the energy around it.
Yeah, man. I saw you made a post, man, and it kind of took off, man. What's your feeling on that?
I just don't like because none of this weird talk was going on while he was here. And I also think I want to also say something else, like I work for ESPN, I work for Fox, some of these big machines. When you have people talking about the greatness of players, it's not that I don't respect it, I just don't go by it.
They acknowledged his greatness instantly, no hesitation, because when you're under bright lights, dealing with pressure, chasing championships, you respect the ones who rise when it counts. This whole situation shows something bigger than just a disagreement between former players. It exposes the real gap between those who reached true greatness and those who came up short. And the ones who came up short often try to downplay the legends who actually reached the top. Kobe Bryant's legacy doesn't need protection from Tracy McGrady. The 5 championship banners hanging in Staples Center defend him. The 81-point masterpiece defends him. And the Mamba mentality, still inspiring athletes in every sport, defends him better than anyone ever could. McGrady's comments expose something deeper, his own insecurity about where he fits in basketball history. And that's the sad part, because TMAC was great in his own way, and he never needed to tear down Kobe's name to lift himself up, but he tried anyway, and that move blew up instantly. His comments were disrespectful, completely off base, and honestly beneath someone with his status in the game. And that backlash he got wasn't just expected, it was deserved. Kobe Bryant's legacy doesn't need validation from Tracy McGrady or anyone else. His 5 championships speak for themselves. His clutch moments speak for themselves. His standard of excellence still inspires players today and will inspire the next generations. This whole situation is a perfect reminder of what real greatness looks like. It's not about dragging others down. It's about building yourself up. It's not about excuses. It's about stepping up when it matters. It's not about talking about what could have happened. It's about doing what others said couldn't be done. McGrady had every chance to build a championship legacy. He had talent, he had opportunities, he had the spotlight, but he didn't have what Kobe had, that unbreakable drive, that Mamba mindset that separates the good from the truly great. And now, years later, instead of celebrating the greatness of his era, he's trying to challenge it. That says everything about the difference between their careers. Kobe Bryant, champion, legend, Mamba forever. So what do you think? Was McGrady completely out of line, or do you think he had any point at all? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves real basketball talk.